All right, today I'm working on the siding back here on the garage. Ripped most of it off. It's pretty bad, pretty worn out, so gonna replace it, some new stuff. And while I'm at it, might as well do this roof. I finished the roof on this 2-3 years ago, so might as well get rid of this single tab shingles. It's kind of a flat roof, and I want to do that also because I want to put some, there's no metal flashing, angle flashing on this. I might as well do it all at once because that flashing kind of goes under the siding and then it goes on top of the shingles. But if you got old shingles, then it's a pain in the butt to get the old shingles out later on. So it's just easier to do it all at once. All right, we got another roof with there's no underlayment. Yeah, nothing. All right, today I got this this shed roof ripped off. Only took me about a half hour. No underlayment was put under this roof, so I'm surprised it stayed okay. There's a little spot here next to the eave that was kind of a little bit of rot, but it's not too bad, so I just kept it the way it was. Going up the siding will go over the underlayment, and so if any rain gets down here, it'll just go down the roof instead of behind this garage, because the garage is actually attached with the wall here and the shed is just leaning up against it. And I also bought some of this apron. Okay, that's for that to the wall. See, it goes on there like that. It's a pretty fancy one, nice one. I'm gonna install it under the siding, but after the roof is installed. And they say that stuff you only want to mount it either to the building wall or to the roof itself. I have to say, this underlayment from RP lumber is way better than this Home Depot one. I mean, the Home Depot one is just like, it shreds really bad. It's more of like a plastic. It kind of looks like a tarp material. And this RP it's got like a nice furry side on one side, and then it's got a slippery side on the other side. I'd say RP is a lot better than this one. So I got this all tucked up under there. Now I'm ready to roof. Get my starter on. Shingle starter. This one here is from Home Depot. You can see it's a lot longer than this one here. This one is from RP. Okay, so I'd say I kind of like the Home Depot better. The tar even looks a little bit thicker. This one, the tar is very skinny and it doesn't seem very sticky, but I'm sure it'll, when it heats up, it'll get a little bit more sticky than that. But I just say that I like the Home Depot a little bit better than the RP. And the Home Depot one is GAF Quick Start. That's the one that I'm using. And the other one from RP comes with a little plastic MFM Building Products Corp self-adhering shingle starter. All right, almost finished with this roof. All right, and I make sure that all the nails, you see there's no nail anywhere on the seam. Keep it a good 9-10 inches away if you can. And every single seam on your stair step, there's no nails, so you'll never get a leak. That's a little tip for you. All right, just finished shingling. Now I gotta work on the siding. This is where that apron comes in. Okay, I run the shingle up. I'm gonna put this apron right up under it. Something like that. And then my first siding piece will go right in here. There's a lip on here that sticks out about 1/2 inch, and that's, I think, so when you put the next siding, it has a way to drip off and not go behind the wall. At least that's the reason I'm thinking why they did that. All right, so it's ready for the next siding piece. I'm gonna probably mount this just to the wall. I don't think I'm gonna mount it to the roof itself. You could do either or. You could do the roof and not the wall, but you need it so it can move. You don't want to do both. I got my angle flash on there, my little apron, and later on I could put some roofing cement under this thing and then push it down so it will stay. Some of it's staying down pretty good, but That's how it looks. Okay, and then my first piece of siding will fit right in there. Perfectly snug right up on that. So any water that comes down will hit this edge, come down the roof instead of going behind the building. Alright, so first thing I did was take some new siding, and I used the old ones as my template, and I cut them. And I cut them off the old one because the old one was perfect. Whoever cut that was like factory done. Another good thing about making a template off the old ones is you know where the nails are. So you just mark wherever there's a hole in the old one, you know there's going to be a stud there. Alright, now I'm working on this siding here. I had to rip quite a bit back because it was just all eaten up right here. Couldn't get that piece a little bit farther because the stud's like right under where they built that overhang. So if you can see what I've done here, I got my first piece in. I'm working on my second piece. Okay, finished up. The roof is done and the siding is all finished in the back. I'm just caulking it all up, all my holes. Caulking this seam up here. I'm using some Dynaflex Ultra, my DAP stuff right here in can bottle, and just doing this right there. Ran out, so I gotta get another tube, and I'll fill in all my little voids and holes everywhere. Yeah, it came out pretty good. Got almost all that done here, and almost all this done. Just gonna sand this a little bit before I prime and paint. It should be all good. You see the little apron? No nails on the top. They're just in the wall. That looks like a much cleaner look than if I was to nail the bottom. Alright, and that's the end of today's work. Got the roof done, got the back of the siding done, and I'm happy with that. Started around 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I think it's around, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock right now. Not bad for one day. And next thing I got to do is finish up the siding on the other shed on the other side. This thing's almost ready for primer and paint.